Woo! Check 1 2 1 2. Bitter Games in the building. Make sure this lighting is nice. Levels are okay. Sorry for that squeaky noise from the microphone. But we're just getting set up real quick. You know what it is? It's Bitter Games TV. Why Always Me? Episode 75. Episode 75. And you can see we got a lot to discuss, a lot to go through. You saw the thumbnail. You guys are in the building early. Always appreciate it. I know there's an international game going on at the same time, so maybe you got the dual screen going on. You're able to watch the two. Or maybe you're like, you know what? You're taking a complete international break. You're actually not watching any football. You're giving yourself a break. But I'm glad that you're here. Also, first things first, my peoples come first. My peoples always, I got to shout you out. I got to say thank you for all of the support, all of the appreciation, the views, the likes, the subs. Greatly appreciated. And I'm at 270 subs right now. Unbelievable. I know other channels got huge numbers, but honestly, the 270, thank you so much. And I'm also seeing it with the number of views with regards to the show. So I'm so thankful for it. Let me shout out the people that are in the mix early. I got to shout out who's first in the building today. FIFA's first in the building. Classic FIFA. Start Carson. You might get your wish. He is a GOAT, my friend. You know what? He is the glue with regards to the keepers. He is the glue with regards to training. I see it a lot of the back behind the scenes footage. He's amazing. Mancunian Way in the building. I got him backstage. He's going to be joining the show shortly. And he's reminding all of you, please, if you're new, subscribe. Whether you've been here before or you're new, hit that like button as well. It could be for anything. It could be for the way the show's structured. It could be for the topics. It could just you liking it because of the guests that I bring on, and you like it for what I have to say. That's always appreciated too. I got to give my man Dr. Footy the proper respect. You know what? Let me say his name fully because throughout the show I'm gonna cut it. But Dr. Footy was killed by Dream Bulls. So he goes, I beg Phillips does well tonight so that Pet might give him more starts and more subbing on for Rodri. I'm with you on that one. Now, see the topics. I got to do this proper intro. For those of you that are new and may not know, I'm based out in Toronto. So I don't get the home games. I don't get that perspective. I have seen City play, but I haven't been to the Etihad to watch them play. And I hope to do it in a very, very near future. But let me point this out before we get the show kicking officially. You're going to see landmark, famous street called Yonge Street. You're also going to see a beautiful, beautiful skyline from Toronto Center Island. But let me do the proper intro and we're going to get into the show. Why Always Me? And if you're a City fan, you know exactly where that's been inspired from. If you're not, it is a classic moment in City history with Balotelli. There was that image at the end. But let me also clean this up with regards to what's on the screen. I'm gonna bring my Mancunian Way, Martin, in the building. Martin, thank you for being on the show today. How you doing, my friend?
Oh, you've not got my name on.
I don't have your. Oh, hold on. Let me do that. Oh, wait. Where do I do that?
I changed it just for you.
You're kill. Where is it?
I'm using the same name I use on our shows.
All right. I'm gonna put it on screen as soon as I find it. Where is it? Is it layout?
The treble father is in the house.
Where's that? Where is it? How do you do that setting?
I actually have no idea. It just automatically comes on for me. Yeah. I don't know. Might be something in StreamYard. I'll have a look for you and let you know. I'll DM you. I'll message you. I'll WhatsApp you.
I'm looking right now. Guest must be up. Guest can stream. No, that is so odd. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out. But and as I see him backstage, I actually see it. Treble Father and viewers. Those in the comments, you see what one of my topics are. No treble talk for me. No trouble talk for me. But you
It's
see what
not for
Martin's up to.
you.
I know.
It's
I'm saying
I've
no.
had this on for weeks. You know
You
that.
have you have. But what I'm saying is there will be no trouble talk coming from me. Is all is all I'm saying. But we got man Keyway Martin in the building. You can already tell what kind of show it's going to be today. Let me also
I'm in a
point
good
out.
mood. Sorry, mate. I'm in
No,
a good mood.
me too. Me too. Blue Heart's in the building. He goes, "Hello, Vader, Martin, and everyone." Looks, or it reads like Blue Heart's in a good mood too. He goes, "Why always us?" Slash Blue Heart. Why always us? Why always us? That's all of us together. I have. Let me. Okay, you know what? Let me bring a short story. I've been accused often of having not necessarily wild takes, but and full transparency, I'm not a person. I don't smoke. I don't smoke. But I've been accused of where are you coming up with these ideas or these thoughts or these kind of like complicated views? And I'm like, I don't know, they just come to me. And many friends have been like, oh, this guy, it's always you, it's always you. And then it kind of stuck with the, you know what? I've been diarying some of my thoughts with regards to football, the connection with why always me, and then that's kind of how it popped out. Doctor in the building goes, someone ruined Martin's mood. Nah, we're not going to ruin Martin's mood. Martin,
I don't think he likes me very much.
you know what? He might be just trying to. I think he's just trying to poke the bear. He's trying to start something. He's trying to stir the pot. But nah, I think Doctor Footy's calm. He's cool. Um, Doctor Footy goes, Vader, please talk about Hamza having a shocker in Twitter Spaces today.
No, he didn't have a shocker. He had a shocker on a gal's channel.
Oh,
He had
you
an
know what
absolute
he did?
shocker,
He
mate.
did. You know what? Let me say.
He
Because
played.
I
He
haven't heard all.
played to the masses.
I haven't heard all of it. Hold on, hold on. I haven't heard everything. And even with regards to Spaces, the thing that's kind of messed up with me lately with regards to Spaces is the service keeps kicking in and out. So I like to have it on while I'm multitasking, taking care of work and things like that. And I was actually running some errands today when I was listening, so I didn't hear everything about it. But the the unfortunate part with Hamza, Professor Hamza, at times is that he's so laser focused on proving the opposition wrong that he sometimes says something that contradicts what he said previously. So I don't know what he said within the spaces, so I won't defend him blatantly. But I know in the past he's blinded like a bull. He sees red and he wants to attack so badly that he sometimes says things that then he regrets. Blue Heart goes, OC is trying to cure something. OC is trying to cure something. I don't know what you got. You got to give me some more. You got to give me some more, Blue Heart. Um, oh, actually, I missed this from Blue Heart. He goes, Martin is hat trick dad. Does that make sense to you?
Martin's a hat trick dad.
Yeah.
I'm not that old. How old do you think I am, Blue Heart? Still younger than you, mate. Wait, I'm still younger than you, sunshine.
All right, all right. Battle swords down. Battle swords down. So
No, I'm the Blue Heart. Blue
no,
Heart.
no,
We
no.
need
We're
to
joking.
catch up. We need to catch up at the game some point this year, mate.
For sure. For sure. That'd be great. I think I'm going to look on screen real quick. And if you saw from the thumbnail, if you see on Twitter, and I do my best so you kind of have an idea of what the show is going to be about. I am.
Oh, I did cry today. I did have a little cry today, mate.
You shedded a tear today.
Yeah, a bit of breaking news. I had to
Oh.
buy my Bayern Munich tickets today, and it hurt.
Ooh, Martin
It hurt. I was sat in the queue at 10
uh,
a.m. this morning, and I kind of like, yeah, okay then.
you had
I
to do
bought
it.
three. I bought 3 tickets, and it hurt my bank account.
Hey, it's
But
one of
I've got
those
Wembley
things.
coming up. I've got to buy Wembley
You
next
do,
week,
you
and that's
do.
going to hurt as well. So,
And you have to
well,
go. And you have to go. You have to be there. You have to be cheering them on. It's going to be key. Pep mentioned that for some odd reason, going to Wembley, those semifinals, the team hasn't quite had the mentality. So you going there, you can help spark that, and then they can get over the hump to win our second FA under his watch. Dr. Footy goes, I sold my Bayern. Oh, he goes, I sold my Bayern tickets. Could have hit me up, Martin. All right. You know what? We have a fantastic community, whether it's my channel, his, Pitch Points, True City Fan. You know, we're all linked up. So in instances like that, I think there's enough content between all of us. And this is an odd time, I know, because of the international break, but there's enough content amongst all of us to maybe even, let others know moving forward. So Dr. Footy, that's great to know.
Vader knows he's got a ticket waiting for him here. All Vader has to do is book the flight. I can get him a bed. I can get him a bed. I can sort him out a ticket, everything, and it won't cost him a penny.
That what would be amazing is the kind of like the obviously the travel there, but the stay there with what Martin's offering is absolutely fantastic. But you know what I end up saving there? I'm just gonna end up spending more with regards to all the city gear that I'm gonna be getting to bring back for family, because for Canadian dollars, I'm so sidetracked. But let me do this. For Canadian dollars, an authentic jersey is like, I want to say it's $180 Canadian.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, you're about double the US dollar, aren't you, at the moment?
We're like below, maybe like 68 cents on the dollar. So it's hurting. But even when we were at like maybe like 75 cents or whatever, it still hurts. It still hurts. So I've got a good friend that Canadian now living over there that
I threw out 3 figures today.
Woo!
3 figures went out on 3.
You have to do it, and you know what? You have to do it for
the cheapest. Well, I've moved my seats for this game. I've gone next to the Bayern fans.
Oh wow! Oh, you better make sure you're well rested.
I'm in the south stand.
Well,
next to the Bayern fans.
Make sure you're well rested. Drink some warm water with honey the morning of, so that your voice is strong to be able to singing those players on, because that's going to be hostile territory. Doctor goes, I realize I won't be in England for Bayern with it being on the 11th, and I'm in England from the 6th to the 9th. R.I.P. Timing didn't work out there, Dr. Footy, but hopefully you got a good rate on the tickets that you gave up. FIFA goes, hi, Trouble Father. See this? Trouble.
Oh, yeah. FIFA, by the way, did respond to you back on your email, mate. For anyone who does want to know, there was a bit of confusion because tickets went on sale today, but that was for season ticket holders. Okay. And tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. it goes on sale to members. But you've got to have been to so many games this season.
Yeah. You kind of you
just a piece of information.
You earn your way. Yeah.
It's to stop just people just turning up and fans from like United or wherever just think they can come and watch a decent game of football, which tends to happen on Champions League nights.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the locals don't tend to come out on Champions League nights, funnily enough.
No,
because there's still this anti-Champions League thing going on.
Yeah, which there will be. It'll break soon. But FIFA goes just seeing the email and he goes, cheers, pal. Thank you. So let me put these things on screen real quick because we're gonna have a proper show today. We're gonna have a proper show and we're gonna get into this. First topic, we got to get into it. First topic. What a way to enter the international break. And I know we've done post shows with regards to what happened in FA Cup on True City Fan Pitch Points, as well as the Mancunian Way. We've talked about that match. We've talked about the feeling, the excitement and the joy that we had based off of the performance from every player, as well as the fans and the manager. But what a way to go into this international break. And I just want to highlight the fact that we've been so consistent with how we've been playing, despite the rotation, the amount of goals that we scored, with the importance of the matches, the clean sheets that we've been able to keep, the non-losses, I should say, right? We're on a good run with no losses, draws and wins. And I want to say that is such a fantastic way to go into the international break. Other clubs, they've had like skids, they've had not kind of questionable performances, a little bit of doubt going into the international break. That's the opposite for us. You've definitely heard me say this on other shows that I may have been featured on, but I've said this international break. I hate the timing of it. But Martin pointed out, and we've heard Pep mention, the international break is the international break. He's going to make his point to kind of like recharge his body, step away. And not only when you recharge your body and you step away from football, you recharge your mind. You get a chance to kind of maybe like relax a little bit before you like, you study hard. Just like when we were in school. Some of you still in school and you're studying, you're cramming, you're getting prepared, and then you just got to give yourself a study break. You just got to clear your head. That's what this international break is. That's how I'm taking it, because the players have been so laser focused, and it's not even a matter of we've seen the players go to next levels. That's not been the case. The players, the team have gotten to the level that we've been kind of waiting for. Not achieving new levels, but getting to levels that we're accustomed to them getting at. And it does require some familiarity. And that is why I'm calm. I'm cool with this international break. I'll be honest with you, I'm not watching many of the games, but I will be watching to see the fitness level of these players. Fingers crossed, toes crossed as well as my legs crossed, everything crossed. I want players coming back healthy. I think that is going to be absolutely key for us to keep this momentum moving forward. Let me do this. And with that being said, coming back from this international break within the league, we've got 11 games left. 11 games left. Some, Arsenal in particular, they have 10 games left. We have 11. And what a time. What a time to be engulfed, to be just in it, knowing that your team has a chance to compete for that title. Yeah, there's a point gap between us, but that's what the excitement's all about. That's what keeps us, checking the timeline or talking with friends and getting updates on what's happening. These 11 games are going to be huge, and I know we're gonna get laser focused on just watching what's in front of us, what we have to do. But best believe there's a lot of other clubs that have a lot at stake with these remaining games in the league. Let me go to these comments real quick. Actually, we got updates with regards to international play. FIFA goes Italy to beat England tonight. In your opinion, 2-1. Okay.
Yeah, because he's going to play Captain Phillips.
They're going to, or they're not going to?
He'll end up playing Calvin Phillips, so we'll get beat tonight.
Oh, Martin's already going with that one. Now, see, I'm not. He's in a good mood, but also in a what's the word I'm looking for?
I'm in a playful mood.
Yeah, he's got his little jabs ready. I'm actually excited to see Calvin, because I think he needs that. He needs that run. And when you get on a good run, you shake off a little bit of that rust. You kind of lean out a little bit. I mean, I think he doesn't look as lean as I remember him at Leeds. So I think he just needs to get a good run going, and then I think he's going to be a proper backup for us. And we're going to need him. There's no doubt. These 11 games, we are going to need him to close.
I don't think he gets used. No, I don't think
he is getting used. No, he is getting Martin. He's because okay.
Nah.
He is. Trust me. This is why he's going to have to get used, because there's 11 games in the league, which I'm fully focused on, and I'm going to get to these topics. And I don't want to get ahead of myself. Martin's he's going to get me ahead with regards to the topics. But these 11 games are going to be key, and I think these 11 games we won't be able to rely on Rodri playing 90 minutes for all 11 games. That is not a demand that we're going to be placing on him, and I don't think we should be placing on him. And because I want to stay laser focused with regards to my next topic, with regards to all eyes on Liverpool, is why I'm going to hold off on why we know it's going to be more than 11 games, because we still have the FA to play in. We still have Champions League to play in. So Rodri is going to need a break, and Calvin Phillips is going to be that guy to step in. You heard it here. Dr. Footy goes, yeah, I moved back to South Africa 3 years ago and still pay for my season. Oh, okay. You're a hardcore. That's what I'm talking about. Still
if he's paying 24K, he's either got a box or he's in the tunnel club at the top end. Because
Yeah. We know
that 24K is that's Tunnel Club, which this is no dig at him. I'm not a fan of, only because I have a history with the Tunnel Club.
Yes. Yes. So you're how they did the foundational or legacy seat owners at that time with regards to what the Tunnel Club then occupied or took over is why you have issue with it, and that's fair.
Yeah,
fair. Yeah.
They basically did some old fans dirty on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I see it. FIFA goes. Thought you meant you pay 24K for one season. No, not for one season, but for the entire season, based off of where he sits within the stands. And yeah, I hear that. Franklin Cap goes. Yeah, think it's good for Pep the break. He has more time to plot and scheme the remaining games. Trust me, Cap. Pep is scheming. He's dissecting. He's analyzing. He's putting things under a microscope. He's negotiating, although not him, but he's making sure that everyone behind the scenes, the board, know the exact profile of players that he wants. But yeah, Pep is all on that right now.
By the way, I'm allowed to say what I've had it confirmed. I am allowed to say what I know, but I can't say where it's come from. So I have had it confirmed. I am allowed to say what I know. I can't say where it's come from though.
Okay, so let's hold on to that and do it proper. Because when's your next show? Is it not tomorrow?
No, Monday, but that's a different show. No, I'm just saying I can tell everyone today if you want.
Okay, well, we will do it today. We won't do it at this time, but we will do it today for sure on this show. Martin has gotten the okay to say what he knows, but he's still.
And what I've known for a very long time. And Vader knows I have known it for a very long time. That's why I've been very coy and very laughing on certain streams.
See, hold on, guys. Okay, I'm gonna have to. This is if you've seen The Wizard of Oz, you know, like behind the curtain. I'm gonna have to address Martin on with regards to this right now. Martin, I didn't want the curtain to expose me. I know.
No. You don't know. You don't know. I've not told you. I only told you 2 days ago.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But even.
Yeah, that's it though.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. All right. Cool. Because
you've not known for months.
No, I haven't. No, I've not known for months. And again, those of you in the comments, those of you watching this later, I know it sounds kind of cryptic and coded, but at the end, you'll understand why. FIFA goes. I just want Southgate out. Okay, that's a long process. Southgate isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So these are just Euro qualifiers.
I wish you would.
These are Euro qualifiers. England should qualify, so nothing's happening now. Blue Heart goes, 11 games left. At least Arsenal, if they win all their games, they can't beat 100 points. That is a silver lining. As beautiful, as fantastic, as miraculous as they claimed their season to be, right? As they've early said, oh, they're doing things even better than City Centurions. Like that's kind of like the pace that they were on. As much as they've claimed and want to talk about it and they want to make the comparison, they still aren't as good as our Centurions. All right, that's fair enough. FIFA goes Jude's season. Slow down, FIFA. We're going to address it later in the show. Maybe we got a lot to talk about. Calvin Phillips goal incoming. I'm with you, FIFA. You saw that distance, the shot distance that kind of hit the crossbar from Calvin. And more recently, he kind of got himself loose in the FA, and his shot kind of just sailed over. But the fact that he's confident to take those shots, and we know he's got a quality foot. That confidence is good to see.
But can I just say, by the way, I am not denying, because it really does sound like I hate Calvin Phillips. I don't. Yeah, the guy's got bags of ability. I was so excited when we signed him. My issue is quite simple.
Yeah.
When he's come on and played, I don't see anything at the moment. No, and that's not just come from me. That's come from a lot of fans.
You don't see anything at the moment. Okay, at the very. No. Okay. You don't see.
No, I'm sorry, I don't. What I see at the moment is a ball being given away.
Okay.
Losing possession, not being in the right spaces at the right time. Now, I'm not saying he can't turn it around, but playing for England and playing for City are two whole different parties. So if he plays well for England, that means nothing for me for City because we don't play that way. We don't play with two DMs.
Anyone in the comments right now, and you know what? Maybe this international break, I could take my chance, depending on how well Martin and his team were maybe putting descriptions or putting titles on their videos. But I wish I knew Martin at the time of when Rodri first came to City. I wish I could.
I defended him.
Go back. You defended him, but the defense isn't. You know what?
We're not doing this. Because I saw something.
Nope. We're holding on.
I saw something.
Okay, you see something. I think I'm the Martin of the past, where I see something in Calvin Phillips, and I'm defending him now. So I don't know who you were having those battles with back then, but
listen. I want Calvin Phillips to succeed. Yes, I just deep down, I don't think he will. Okay. That's just me surmising. I don't know anything about him. Yeah. I don't know the fella. I just look at him and I think, I look at a lad who looks like, and I've said, and Blue Art knows exactly what I'm going to say it, and you do. He looks like he's won a competition to play for Manchester City. And I want to see the Calvin Phillips I saw at Leeds.
Yes.
I was gassed when he walked in the door. I thought we'd stolen it from Leeds.
That player is there. We just unfortunately need a little more time, but that player is there. Let me keep going here. We've got FIFA goes, play Carlson striker for 5 minutes, and when we are thrashing Sheffield 7-0 with 5 minutes left. And FIFA, you trip me out sometimes, man. You trip me out.
I'm sure this is Carson. Is that Scott Carson?
He's talking about. No,
I mean, is FIFA really Scott Carson?
You know what? He might be.
Is he trying? Is he trying to get games?
FIFA actually goes, I was in the Tunnel Club once last year, I guess, versus AM. As I was gifted the
Atletico Madrid.
Oh, okay. And he said the atmosphere was trash. It was booty. Okay, I can see that. I mean, again,
because it's not always City fans. That's the problem.
It's not always City's fans. It's sometimes those are, and to your point, sometimes those are gifted tickets to not necessarily City fans. And again, and I've witnessed this in many of the sports and arenas that I attend to. When there's a lot of corporate people around, corporate people do not cheer. They do not rah. It's sometimes it can just be a little flat that way. But I want to stress this, and I'm gonna get to the remainder of the top comments. Thank you guys so much. But Calvin Phillips, the entire team, leaving healthy, fantastic. Coming back healthy is what we're all crossing our fingers for and wishing for. It's important to note that when we do come back, that first game when we do come back, it's going to be all about Liverpool. Liverpool is that first game back. We get to play them at home at the Etihad. And I think this international break has helped them get healthy because I don't think they had all their available bodies. I think they're most likely still going to be out. I think Luis Diaz is still the only player that's going to be out of their mix in terms of availability. But I think players like Jota, Darwin Núñez, and the mix of everybody else, I think everybody else are going to be healthy. So we're going to be facing a very strong Liverpool team. We lost.
It does scare me a bit.
They are concerning. They are a team that we have to show respect on. We know how threatening they are, and we know that games are never easy against them. So I'll be the first to say the reason why I want to state that all eyes are going to be on Liverpool is because we need to get a win result for them.
Yeah,
that's how we need to have the approach. We're coming out of the international break. We want to have the same momentum, the same energy. That's how we need to kick this off. And the reason why all eyes are on Liverpool is because we know that that team that's currently at the top of the standings are hoping for a favor. They are hoping.
Do you know how big I think it is, mate?
Please go ahead. And actually, keep speaking. Go ahead.
If we beat Liverpool, I think we win the league.
It's a great call.
That's how big a result I think this is. You look at our remaining fixtures. Yes, we have got some very, very hard fixtures. And, Brighton away is no gimme. Brentford away is no gimme.
Martin, continue speaking. I'm just going to be 2 minutes. 1 second.
Yeah, but Liverpool at home is going to be a game because they are going to want to beat us. Make no mistake about it. Liverpool could be bottom of the league and they'll still want to come and give it their all against us at home. And they've got players who can hurt us. They have got some fantastic players. Don't look at, they're having a bad season, but for me, this Liverpool game is critical to the season. It is critical. And getting a win over Liverpool, I think, is one of the final major hurdles. And even if if it was away, I'd be really concerned. I'd probably think that's being at home is probably the saving grace to it. But we've got to look at Liverpool in the same way we look at a United or we look at a Bayern Munich. It's got to be that sort of a level of game. And I just do. I know you think they're all pants FIFA, but they're not. They're not. Mo Salah is not a bad footballer. He's one of the world's best. He's just having an off season. Players can have off seasons, but when Liverpool want to turn up, and this is the thing, they will turn up against us. They will turn up. You've seen when they want to turn up, they'll smash people. They'll smash people left, right, and centre, and that's what worries me. Sadly, I'm not going to be at the game, which is a bit of a gutting because I'm going away for a weekend. So, I don't have to sort of deal with it a little bit. I can sort of... But Liverpool, for me, is probably one of the final hurdles. And I am confident if we beat Liverpool at home, I think we go on and win the league. But the Liverpool game, for me, is probably critical to our last 11 games. It is critical. Vader will be back in a minute. I know Carl's in the background. I'll let you know, Fee, for a favour. Exactly, Blue. Like you said, I'm a bit concerned about the Liverpool game. There are a last few results I think they really want to go. And that's the thing. Liverpool are still fighting for top four. They lose against us, top four's probably over. So that is their last probably hurrah. And that's why it makes me nervous. I'm not saying we were not capable of smashing them. Southampton away, Conway, yeah. The Liverpool at home game concerns me more because of the way Liverpool will behave.
Cool, I'm back. And I see Gundalorian's backstage. Thank you so much, Martin. I had to quickly run and address a delivery.
No worries.
We got Gundo in the building.
Hello, Martin. Beta, good afternoon or good
evening.
Good afternoon. Any portion of the show you're able to hear before?
Yeah, so I just joined it. I just joined like 2 minutes ago. Martin was holding water. He was holding the show.
Yes, he was.
While you were taking deliveries. Martin is right. What I will add to this is I'm not too worried about Liverpool, frankly. What I'm worried about is not getting the win, but getting the draw. Because the last time that they beat us at the Etihad, I believe, was like 4 or 5 years ago. Essentially,
yeah, yep,
yeah. As it was a champion, they've never beaten us at the Etihad in the league since Pellegrini. Yeah. So under Guardiola, they haven't beaten us at the Etihad in the league. I'm just worried about points dropped as opposed to a loss.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's about points dropped, and that's why I think we beat Liverpool. I honestly think we go on and win the league from that point.
I agree with Martin, because we do Liverpool 2-1, 3-2, 4-2, whatever it is. I mean, literally, Chelsea's at home. Where Southampton, we should beat. If we don't beat Southampton, we're not serious. Frankly, I'm not trying to be. I'm not trolling.
No,
I'm just
fair,
being very serious.
Fair call. Yep.
Okay. We have Brentford away. If we don't beat them at the last day of the season, we're not serious. We're not ready. frankly.
The Brentford away game, I'm not that bothered about because I think they'll already be on flip flops.
I'm stopping you guys.
I'm not worried about that. I'm just saying that to Martin's point, the Liverpool game is the bridge that we have to cross. Once we cross that bridge, Arsenal now have to go to Anfield.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal now have to come to the Etihad. Arsenal have to go to St. James's Park. Arsenal have to play Chelsea, who may need top 4 by the time they're out of the Champions League, scrambling for their lives because they'll be like 8th or something.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, it's all in the air.
Yeah, I think that's the key thing with regards to the thoughts around Liverpool is because we know how important the game is for us, momentum-wise, for our pursuit of winning this league. But then we also know, to Blue Heart's point, that if they have any realistic, serious push to get any of the talent idea that they want in the summer, they have to be top 4. Liverpool have to be top 4 because of all the other players that they're going to be in the market with, trying to get players from. So if they don't have top 4 for them, I think they're at a huge disadvantage. So their pursuit is going to be incredible. So they're going to play a factor, obviously, a match against us, and they will be playing Arsenal. I think they're hosting Arsenal for their game. So Liverpool's going to be a factor against us and against them.
They play Arsenal, Liverpool the week after.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay.
So we go to Southampton. The Arsenal goes to Anfield.
The league is loving it. The league is how happy is the league going to be with regards to this?
The league. I mean, when I look at the fixtures, I can't help but think that the way the league has set up, it's almost as if from the start they wanted Arsenal to win the league.
To win the league or to be in contention for it?
Or to be in contention, right? If you look at the fixtures, the way the fixtures are kind of played out, the way they've kind of played, especially around that December, January time after the World Cup, it's almost like scandalous if you think about it, right? It just, look at all the fixtures and what Arsenal had. It's almost scandalous. The idea was give Arsenal a head steam and then get 12, 15 points ahead, and then the last couple of games are just basically just get a point and you're okay. So for us, this game in a week's time, we're working at halftime, is in my opinion, it's a must-win. We have to win the game. Okay?
Yeah.
If they score 3, we have to score 5. If they score 5, we have to score 7. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Get the 3 points, go to Southampton, beat them 2-0, 1-0, 2-1, whatever it is, and chill and wait for Anfield.
So yeah, I'm with you on that one. Conway in the building. I saw your comment. He agreed with what Martin and what Gundo's saying. I hear you on that, but I'm more worried about the Southampton game. I'll be honest with you, Conway, Gundo, Martin. I am only thinking Liverpool.
I mean, the reality is, Veta, if you can't be Southampton, you don't deserve to win the title. I'm sorry. You don't.
No, I hear that.
It's not even. You don't deserve to win the title. If you can't beat them away in a run-in, you just don't deserve to win the title.
Yeah. Ibrahim goes Pele time. Pele time in terms of quality of play. Pele time in terms.
I think it means Pellegrina.
Okay. All right. Oh.
Yeah, the last time we lost at home was Pellegrino was in charge, man. That was like 8 years ago.
That was a while. Yeah. And they've been some serious battles between us for a long time. So I don't expect anything less, despite.
It's a difficult game for them. Think about this. I mean, to Martin's point, they're 7th or 8th or something. They're hovering over, and they have to win the game. So they're going to go for it. Which means that it's going to be space. And if everybody's fit and they come back fit, and there's going to be grass in front of all these strikers. And,
it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. Let me do this proper. Let me do this. Vader game. Now, we stress the importance with regards to our attention with regards to Liverpool. We knowing us coming back from the international break, we got to get the result. And when I say result, we got to get a win. All right. We are not banking on any type of favors happening with regards to Arsenal. All right. We have to handle our own business. And I love that level of focus that we have. That's when I've seen some of the best. I've enjoyed some of the best football in my life when I see the team being dialed in like that. But I do want to stress this, and I know this may be a little tongue in cheek. It may be a little jokey a little bit, but on my channel in particular, even when I'm featured on others, You will not hear me say anything about trouble. You won't. It's one game at a time. I'm that focused in. Do I think we have the ability to? Yes, 100%. I said it on the show early when we first signed Holland, and I said Holland, Pep City are going to give us the best season that any football fan has ever had.
Vader, if I may, Vader,
Yes.
we beat them already this season at home. We forget Carabao Cup at home. Did everybody forget? That wasn't last season. This was this season. This was a couple of months ago. So think about this, guys. Think about that. Maybe I'm being too arrogant, Martin. Help me out, Martin. Martin is making me a better person.
No, the only thing with Liverpool is if you look at that Liverpool game, we were lucky not to concede 2 or 3 goals.
But we still won. That's the thing, right?
I understand that, but we can't give the chances away.
And they can't against Liverpool either, Martin, right?
No, of course not. I'm not saying the thing with Liverpool where I found them dangerous. I don't think anyone is because this is their final chance with the fixtures they've got, especially their next 3. That's their final shot at top 4.
Yeah, they should do that against Arsenal. We just battered them.
It's the final shot. No, I understand that, but the fact is, to me, Liverpool have still got. It depends how Liverpool turn up. Liverpool look at Manchester City in a very different light. They look at us. You got to remember this Klopp versus Pep thing is very real. Klopp and Pep have this. I've never seen Pep behave the way he does when he turns up at Anfield. He absolutely goes crazy when he walks out at Anfield. I don't know what it is. Pep gets really emotional when Liverpool come into town or we go there. And that's the thing. And the thing is, it will be, trust me, and even when we've won the league and we've gone on all these runs, it will always be a bit nervous. It's the last 10, 11 games. We always do it in a nervous way.
I mean, at Anfield, I would say yes. But at home, the evidence is clear that our worst case scenario is a draw. And
I don't think we could draw it.
Well, and while we celebrate what they've done, the reality is that this team that we have should batter these. I mean, the game at Anfield was, the goal was chalked off, right? Because that's what the Premier League wanted, right? I mean, that was a good goal. The one that Haaland scored that he took off. Good goal.
Still upset about that. Yeah.
Good goal that he took off. And then there was a goal from Cancelo making a mistake and bang, there was it. I'm not too worried about this game with Liverpool. I'm just not. I just have a feeling that if our boys turn up like the way they can turn up, if we play the way we play, I think we beat them. It would be narrow, but I think we do them.
Yeah. I'm not denying that. I'm not. That I totally agree with. It's if we turn up. Now, I'm at a stage where we're at the last 10, 11 games, and I'm not saying I'm nervous, but if you remember, go back to when we were neck and neck with Liverpool. And we were going to Burnley and scraping 1-0s.
Yeah.
And everyone was, we'll go to Burnley and stick 4 or 5 past them. And if you remember, it was one that Aguero literally just got over the line.
Yep.
And that's all it was. It's just, the emotions can get in the way. And I think it'll be the exact same for Arsenal. If I'm honest with you, and I said this last week, I think both teams will end up dropping points at some point, some stage.
Well,
it's just who ends up dropping less.
Martin, here's the reality, right? I mean, right now, Arsenal are not going to get 99 points. They're not going to get 99 points. Right? Let's be clear. City will not get 99 points. Okay? So points will be dropped. Let's be clear. Let everybody, if City go on a run and win every single game from now to the end of the season, that's 99 points they're going to get. 99. Just think about that. Our best ever season was 100 points.
Yeah.
99 and still in the FA Cup and hopefully still in the Champions League. So points will be dropped. At least I would say another 4 points will be dropped. To your point, Martin, is how many points will Arsenal drop as well? Now, I'm sure that they're going to drop points against us at home, which is 3 points that we gain. With Liverpool, they're going to drop points. Either it's going to be 6 points or 4 points. They will drop 6 or 4 points, clearly. The question for us is, how many more points do they drop? Who's going to drop? Will Chelsea take points off them? Will Newcastle take points off them? Will Brighton take points off them? These are the permutations that we have to think about, right? Because points will be dropped. it's. But to your point, Marty, you're absolutely right. It's this game. It's a win. It has to be a win.
Yeah, I agree. It has to be a win, and we focus on one game at a time. For those like Martin that want to be excited and claim trouble, that's okay. I'm cool with it. I'm not upset. I won't push back. I won't fight. But I do want to remind us.
I'm only doing it out a bit of fun. Listen, if we land on it, we land on it. If we get there, we get there. I'm quite confident the FA Cup. I do think we'll win the FA Cup this year, which will fill me with a lot of happiness. Champions League, we'll land where we land on that.
Yeah.
We will just land where we land on that. I just, do I think we'll beat Bayern? Yeah. It's then which Real Madrid are, because I do think Real Madrid will beat Chelsea. So which Real Madrid turn up?
I'm not so sure.
And then we're back in it.
I'm not so sure about that anymore,
I think Madrid will destroy. I think Chelsea are a basket case.
So this is
they're an absolute basket case.
Guys, everyone in the comments, I hope please continue to share. We're having the conversation going. But you can see how we gravitational pulls. And this is why our content together, Martin, Gundo, it's always fun because they're already thinking they're thinking result Liverpool 100%. But then you also hear the speculation with regards to Champions League and things of that nature, and I love it. Maybe it's me right now. Maybe it's because I haven't seen any games played. But
ask me after internationals.
Yeah,
I can give you a better feeling after internationals.
No, I hear that.
As long as that one comes back fit. We don't know what's going to happen. Kevin De Bruyne might go out and break his leg. I'm not saying God forbid that happens. I'm just saying that we don't know what's going to turn up in the next 10 days.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm like Blue Heart. Blue Heart goes, never talk troubles, never count your chickens before they hatch. And I'm kind of with that. And this is where I want to go to. This is where I want to go to with this. Is because I don't want to add any more layers of negative energy or hatred that we already have as City fans. We know no real, and let me emphasize, no real United fan will want City to win this league. All right? And it's not a shot, it's no disrespect. I know there's some United fans out there that would rather us win over Arsenal. But when you really break it down, to the very last compound, in the DNA, the structure, the United fans, they don't want City to match this trouble. So we know that energy's out there. So that's why I'm trying to be a little calm with it. I'm trying to, if it's at least possible. I know it's not possible. It's a fan of me because there's no way we're not sneaking this league title, right? You don't sneak a win and win the league title. But I know the energy's out there, and it's me trying to dismiss it, trying to play it down a little bit. But let's all remind, and we talked about this last week on the show. Let's also have a reminder and know that we have no friends out there. We absolutely have no friends. No one wants City to win this. Okay, we got Liverpool. They've been our rivals for many years with regards to competing for this title.
Chelsea fans want City to win it, though.
Chelsea fans do want City to win it because of their hatred for Arsenal and their London fight.
Chelsea fans want City to win it. Tottenham fans, I think they want City to win it. Liverpool fans don't care either way. I don't think they care. I don't think they care either way. United fans, obviously,
United fans definitely don't want us to win, and obviously we know
Newcastle fans don't want us to win.
I agree. This is why Treble Father is so funny.
I got called a cheat the other day when I was on a Premier League review show with Newcastle fans. I got told my club cheats.
Wow. Well, you know what? That breaking that down can lead us to many things and a lot.
No, I'm just saying people need to forget this. Newcastle are oil brothers, and they're going to defend us.
They're not.
Forget that. You need to get that right out of everyone's mind. Yeah. Newcastle were one of the 9 clubs trying to get us out of this thing.
Yeah.
Always remember that.
That's fair. That's facts. That's facts. Conway goes, the fact that we're in contention for trouble in our transitional season in itself should be applauded. What a team. That's what I've been saying, Conway. I've said this example often. We've been doing room remodels. We did a kitchen, we did a bathroom, right? We did some remodels, and we're still getting all of this success.
Let's put it one way. If they do not take advantage of this season, they're in a hell of a lot of trouble for the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. And you know what?
This is their one shot they've got to take anything off us.
Conway, it also speaks to even their approach with regards to the transfer window, because they moved, Arsenal in particular, moved very desperate, like to make sure that they get players to kind of fill spots, right? Yes, they were looking for Modric. They didn't get Modric. They went and got Trossard. But they were looking at, we need to make the most of things now, right? So he fits. He's been great. But you could see that they were stressing to win now. And again, to Martin's point, and I've heard Gundo say this as well, if we're having this level of success with the players that have exited and the new players coming in, and we're still in the mix this way, it only gets worse for the league with us next year, because
we are going to spend. We are going to spend this summer.
And I wouldn't phrase it that way, but you know what he's emphasizing. We are going to strengthen.
No, I don't just mean one player. I'm telling you now, City are looking at spending 250, 300 million this summer.
Okay. Gundo, I'm not sure if you heard, but Martin said that he got the okay to say what he knows. He won't reveal the source, but he's okay. He said it's okay to reveal what he knows. So that's what we're going to be sharing at the end of the show.
Okay. I'm going to go mute. I have a call coming in.
Oh, yeah. No worries. Singing the Blues goes, I counted my chickens and they're safe in the pen. All right. I'm with you on that one. That's cool. FIFA gutted that Stefan is gone. Hey, relax with that.
FIFA, do you want everyone back?
No, FIFA's all over the place. FIFA is all over the place. Dr. Footy goes, it's either trouble or nothing this season. Trouble father. Ooh, okay. Blue Heart, are you hatching a plan singing the blues? I like the wordplay there. Sing the Blues goes, you know what's nice? As Blues, we're mostly calm, whether we win the league or not. The big picture is so good at City. It is. And I said this recently, like, we don't generally, I'm generalizing here, we don't typically have the meltdowns. We don't have the what the heck is going on with the manager, what's going on with the board. We realize that so much has been so consistent, and we know that they're striving to win, that if the only thing that we really do criticize is when we see the players not play to their level. That's when we get like,
I don't know, Vega.
No,
I don't know.
No,
are you talking about us? Are you talking about the community we're in now?
No, I'm generalizing, because I know there is the broader fan base that do come to these extremes, and they do want players out and never think that they.
Okay, can I throw a question back to you and to everyone in the comments?
Of course.
If City only won the FA Cup this season, would you class that as a good season? It came second.
How we won it. It depends on how we won. It depends on how we. Sorry, it would depend on how we lost the FA Cup. Because
if we won the FA Cup only,
that's what I mean. Sorry,
if we won the FA Cup, came second, and we got to a semi-final.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It depends on how we lose in that semi-final. It depends on how we lose to not win the seat, to not win the league, because. And this is why I think many of us do tend to be calm as opposed to just looking at the results. Some will be, because again, I heard this last year and I was cautioning Liverpool fans. They said that winning the Carabao Cup, winning the FA was a failure of a season. And they finished second. They said that was a failure of a season.
I never want to be like that. I never want to be a fan base where we're looking at the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup and second by a point as a failure.
Yeah, and that's why
that is arrogant. That is arrogance upon arrogance.
And that's why I said it's how we lose it, because again, to go 93, 92 points, to have that level of fight and number of wins to close out a season, you're then going to label that battle as a failure. That's where I kind of disagree. If you're only going to look at ones and zeros, you're going to only look at what plus and minuses are, and you're going to say this is what we got, this is what we didn't get. We didn't get this. This is a failure. That's where I kind of disagree. But I would say it would depend on how we lose the league. It would depend on how we lose in that semifinal. If we were to see a mental collapse, making the same errors as we did last season, that would really hurt. If we would see the players kind of capitulate and not put in the effort again to maybe some of the quote unquote lesser teams within this league and not get results against them, and that was a reason why we didn't win the league, that would hurt as well. So it would lead to some further questions, but no, just second in FA is not an automatic label as a failure of a season. But that's a great question. Singing the Blues goes, Blue Heart. Blue Heart. I just really like chickens. This guy's joke. Ibrahim goes, that's what's coming of these magpies. They don't.
Some like Newcastle fans.
Yeah, it's a different. Oh man, I'm trying to stay calm on topic too. But this is what's kind of wild too. Many United fans, and I might talk about this on the next Citizens Neighborhood Watch, but many United fans think that once they get Qatari owners, that it automatically means that they're going to get intelligent, well-placed people in the back room like City. Like they think there's an automatic equation to new owners means they're going to have the best infrastructure and board and system in place. And it's like, how's that 1 and 1 making 2? Like, how are you just automatically jumping to it? But I get the fan new ownership giddiness and hype or high that you get, right? But they're just we'll talk about it on another show. Blue Heart goes, me too, singing the blues. They are clucking great. So both of them, they're confident. Their chickens are home. They're safe. They're calm. They're cool with the rest of the season. Eminem vibes for Martin. Yep. Martin's in battle mode already. One shot, one opportunity. You got to take it. And if Arsenal don't do a Leicester, it looks like it's going to be long for them. I'm not going to lie. Carson robbed of. Oh my goodness. FIFA in the building. Dr. Footy goes, football ain't ready for the City fan base to have UCL titles. All hell will break loose. You know what, Dr. Footy? I disagree. I really disagree. I think, and maybe this is just my circle, but I think that there's going to be a huge portion of the fan base that's going to win this UCL when we do win it, and they're going to act like it's just another day. They're going to act like it's just another day to be even more spiteful on how the others have carried on with this UCL.
You've only won it once. You bought it.
It's going to be interesting, but that you bring up a funny point, Doctor. Conway goes, yes, I would, Martin. Oh, I can't remember that point earlier. But let me go to this. Because we were just talking about United in a way. And this is where the calmness and the level-headedness is where I'm kind of stressed. And I want you guys, obviously I can't see you, but I want you guys to, and if you're driving, don't do this. But think of some of the most powerful people or groups. Think of the most successful people or groups. Think of an example of any presentation you saw Steve Jobs or Bill Gates do. Think of people that you know have influence or money or power. You often don't notice that they conduct themselves like they do. What did Steve Jobs do? Wear the same jeans and a black button down with some New Balance shoes. You could probably walk past Bill Gates and not think that notice that he's not wearing anything designer. This pursuit that we have right? This pursuit that we're going, and Martin's already changed his name.
Sorry, I'm back now.
No worries, awesome. I think we get there being as subtle, as discreet as we possibly can. I get it. We're gonna have members of the fan base who are gonna be big chested saying, "We're getting this. There's nothing you can do. You can't stop us." But we also know that many move in silence. And that's why I want to mention some of the most powerful groups. They often want to tell you, don't talk about us. Don't tell us. Don't say that we're successful. Don't say that we have money. What do the most powerful and wealthiest people do? They play it down. They do. They play it down. They're like, no, let's not talk about it. People with money don't talk about money. People with money don't talk about money. So this is where I'm, and again, I'm gonna my sign. I'm a Libra. All right, my birth date's in September, so I'm a Libra. So you're gonna have moments where Martin may be like rah trouble, and I'm gonna be the balancer. Okay, we as a fan base, let's know that we're gonna balance things out. Let our fan base hoorah, go crazy, and chant and cheer and demand. But let's also, if we see that, let's also be in equilibrium, right? Let's calibrate things and kind of tone it down, because let's move in silence when we can. Let's move in silence when we can. Now, all that being said, Martin's in the space. So grateful for him and Carl, also known as Gundalorian, Martin, known as the Trouble Father Mancuniway, both in this space. Martin early on said he's got something to share with you, something that he's known for a very long time. I'm going to let him speak. I'm going to put all the comments, if you guys happen to be sharing them, I'm going to put those on screen as he speaks. If you have questions, we're going to bring those up. But we've got some amazing news, some confirmations coming from Martin that we're going to be able to share here on this show today. Why Always Me, episode 75. And this title of the show was labeled City Ready to Finish Strong. Arsenal mentality ready? Liverpool healthy? A couple of those questions still need to be answered, and we'll find out after this international break. But Martin, I'm gonna give you the stage. You don't happen to be on camera today, but the stage is yours, my friend.
Do you want to know something?
I want to know something. I want to know something.
The only thing is, I'm not an in the know. Never have claimed to be an in the know. I just got told something from somebody, from a couple of people actually told me the exact same story. And when 2 or 3 people are telling me the exact same story, then I know it's kind of legit. City do think they are favourites for Jude Bellingham. City have made a bid. City, the reports that came out a couple of weeks back are true. Dortmund want all the money up front. The sticking point for Liverpool has always been they're only offering it in instalments. Liverpool cannot pay all in one lump sum. Jude, so that's where we're basically at. City, I've spoke to his father. That is 100% true.
And his father is very influential, right? He's essential.
Yeah, they have been talking to his father.
Okay.
City do think the favourite. The deal is not done, but City are the favourites. Real Madrid cannot match Manchester City's financial wealth. So just not Real Madrid straight out the chute. The only kicker that might happen now is if United get this takeover. Because United can come in and match any bid that City go with. But the kicker of it all is they want the money all up front because Borussia Dortmund want to build up their squad again. So that's all I know up to now. I'm not saying it's done. I'm not saying it's completed, but City are gaining more confidence every single day that they think they will get the guy over the line. But City have made the bid. City have had positive talks. And like somebody said, the ball is in Liverpool's court, but Liverpool cannot spend 140 million in one lump go. They need to do it in instalments, and Dortmund have turned around point blank and said, no, we want the money up front.
See, this is where I find it interesting, Carl, because if Liverpool have been planning this whole time for Jude, then obviously they put aside that Jude money. So is it more so of a choice of we don't want to show, or sorry, is it a matter of showing or displaying that they're not as confident in him to pay all of that up front where they'd rather do it in installments? Can a player look at it that way? Oh, if you're talking, Carl, we don't hear you.
Sorry, is that a question for me?
Yeah, I was asking. So Martin mentioned that Liverpool are choosing not to spend.
They can't.
They can't spend.
They can't, because basically, when have you ever known Liverpool spend 200-300 million in a market?
No, but at the same time, they spent a lot of money last season. That was my question to Carl, because are they choosing not to spend because they've been saving for 2-3 years, knowing that Jude was their target?
Well, I mean, so there was a. So first of all, Liverpool's wage bill is, I think, one of the highest in the league. I think it's actually higher than ours. I believe, I'm not sure. Well, it's close. So the year they won, the year they got to every single final possible, and got to one point to win the league, they actually made a loss because they played all four. So they actually didn't make a profit, even though they got to all four finals.
Wow.
So if you're making a loss by doing everything you can to win, can you now go and afford a £120 million player to bring in when you already have? Yes, some people may leave. Maybe Henderson leaves. Maybe what's the name? Keita leaves. That's wages. That's not the transfer fee. Right? The transfer fee is 100 plus, and then you add.
It's more than 125, by the way.
Right. Then you add the wages on top. Can they afford it? Who knows? They have to sell. They have to sell more.
No, the actual fee is more than 125.
Yeah, they'll have to sell more players.
See, because
we on the other hand, let's not forget, we have sold a lot of players over the past season or two, and with all due respect, we bought Erling Haaland for £51 million. To be clear, that £51 million was the money we got for Ferran Torres.
Oh, and by the way, they are going into contract negotiations with Haaland this week.
Yeah. So all the Gabby Jesus, Raheem Sterling money is sitting in the bank, burning a hole in somebody's pocket, Ferran's pocket, Soriano's pocket. So we can.
Yeah,
that kind of money.
But this. So
you got to remember that Liverpool need a lot more than a Jude Bellingham.
No, I know that. But when I look at how much they spent this past summer, right? Because they spent on Nunes, they spent on Gakpo. Gakpo was Gakpo a January signing? Actually,
This is my thing, mate. They've spent money. They don't get bogged down in this. Liverpool don't spend money, Malak.
No, I don't. But that's why when you said that they aren't spending on Jude, I think it's more of a choice than an inability to, because obviously you're investing in a player, you're showing a commitment to the player, and obviously maybe you have some doubts. But with City saying, you know what, we don't doubt this player, we will pay up front, versus the Liverpool that may be like, we'd rather pay in installments because if we have doubts with this player, then we can maybe better manage things because we're not fully out.
This is why I said last week, mate, Dortmund play a big part in this. Everyone's talking like Dortmund. There is no release clause. Borussia Dortmund have asked for the money in one lump sum. It's their prerogative as the selling club.
Yeah.
We can do that. And trust me now, I am not kidding you, City have got other big signings lined. Okay. They are looking at McAllister at Brighton. Problem is with McAllister at Brighton, it's a lot of money. They are openly negotiating with Gvardiol. They are trying to get players in. The problem is City have got the money. Whereas I know you're saying, Liverpool got 130 million in one lump sum? This is what I said to Liverpool fans. They were all begging for the Salah contract extension. Begging for it. He went up to what? 350? Where did that money come from? It comes out of the same budget as your transfer budget.
Mhm.
There is not a separate pot for transfers and a separate pot on wages. It's the same pot that it all came out of. They spent nearly up to 100 million on Darwin Núñez. They brought in Gakpo. They've actually spent, if you include in Salah's wages, well over 200 million. Can they then throw down 130 plus wages, then go and buy another 2 midfielders, then go and buy another fullback, then go and buy another winger? They ain't got that.
That's where we're in agreement. I hear what you're saying with regards to if they have the funds to spend, but not to spend on one player like this, knowing that they have gaps elsewhere within their team. So I hear you on that one, and that's why it's also been great to use the analogy with regards to us remodeling from a kitchen or a bathroom, because we don't have to make crazy changes all across our team. I know that there's going to be some exits. And also on top of that, we quote unquote, we have a side hustle. We have such a great academy with regards to some of the players, and that was so profitable for us last season. And I don't see why that won't play a factor.
But that's why our academy, this is why I never get excited. For 2 years, I was very much like Patrick. I want the academy lads in. I want the academy lads in. And then I realised this academy's there for one thing. Unless you bring a very special person in, aka a Foden, what's he called? The guy we've got now at fullback.
Rico
Gomez?
Rico Lewis.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Unless you've got someone special like those two coming through the doors, everybody else is basically a money spinner.
It's revenue.
It's revenue in the door.
Yeah.
It's like, and this is where we're at. City are looking at different things. Why would City go and spend 8 million quid on Perón from Argentina when they could quite easily go and get a McAtee back from Sheffield United?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why have City gone out and spent very little money on a midfielder in a Perón? Because all their money was scheduled somewhere else. City are a business as well. City have got to make money, which is why Gavardio only comes in if probably Laporte leaves out the door. We all know this is probably it now for Bernardo. Bernardo will probably go in the summer. That will probably be it for Bernardo. As much as it will hurt people, but PSG's are calling.
Okay.
It won't be Barcelona. It'll be, listen, the McAllister thing are just rumours at the minute. I know he's on a list.
Right.
As I know other people are on a list. City have a list of about 10 players. But I know, and I've known for a long time, Bellingham was always top of that list. He's always been top of that list. And this is something I don't know. I'm surmising now. I wouldn't be surprised if they arranged all this deal up in last year with Erling Haaland. Let us have Erling Haaland for 51 million quid and we'll pay you top dollar for Bellingham back the other way.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you remember me saying about 6 months ago, I said about a relationship City built with Borussia Dortmund. It's built on trust. It's built on negotiations. It's built on, don't be surprised if Olivier Borges ends up out in Dortmund. Because what it'll be is you go out there, you build him up, you make a nice bit of profit. Because if anyone's noticed, Olivier Borges suddenly has been dropped down to the bench for the EDS all of a sudden now.
Keeping him healthy with regards to
he's not figuring at all out there anymore.
Carlos Borges?
Yeah, he's suddenly not figuring anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which suggests a move in pending.
Yeah. Sometimes you've got to connect dots up. And sometimes some of it is some things I do here. I will never say who I heard it from because that's not fair on the person.
Right.
I'll never do that. I won't betray their confidence. And others of it is just connecting dots up like we all did with Haaland. We all knew Haaland was in the door.
Well,
everyone else.
Martin, let's just pray Stones stays fit, man, because he's playing for England.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Our Liverpool's still in the race of Bellingham. I mean, but I'm not sat here now saying it's done. I'm telling you, City are favourites. There's a big difference there. If Liverpool come in and go, we give you all the money to Dortmund, then he may end up at Liverpool. He may end up at United. Real Madrid, forget, they can't compete. They can't compete.
Yeah.
Not financially. But the simple fact is Real Madrid have got other players they want, a certain Kylian Mbappe out of PSG. Because PSG are going to look very, very different shortly. I think they've tried the Galactico model and realised that ain't going to work. You know, that's why they're looking at a Bernardo. They're looking for more, what's the word, reliable players.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing why I love about Jude is he's 19. Jude Bellingham is not a 2-year plan.
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham is a 10-year plan. Haaland, as much as you've heard, he's off to Real Madrid. No, he's not. They're actively negotiating to up his wage now.
Yeah. No, you know what? I have to say this. The rumor mill that we see on the timelines are very comical. I find great pleasure recently, and I've been I don't know if Gundo's realized, but I've been liking or retweeting many of his responses because it's just like, where are they just throwing it out there and hoping for interactions? Because in the same day they could have two conflicting messages. So it's a weird time that we live in. I think.
Why Liverpool suddenly all started hitting the reverse button? Well, why is everyone suddenly in reverse at Liverpool? We've been told for 2 years Bellingham was nailed on, and he went. Now all of a sudden it's, well, we're not sure. We might be better off spending. You know, you've got J.W. Henry talking about food banks and gas and electric crisis in Liverpool, and it would not be right for them. It would not be morally right for them to go and spend a big amount of money on a huge signing. No, because you can't compete. This is where we're at. You can't compete. And this is what I just keep saying to people. Don't believe everything that people read. Now, I will stress this. I'm not saying he's going to end up at City. That I don't know. But what I do know is City are getting more confident. And we'll just... And I think... Don't know about... Are you still there, Carl? I don't know about you, Carl. I honestly think we'll find out probably by the end of April where he's going to go.
Yeah,
I think so too.
I agree with you guys.
It won't surprise me if we hear. Yeah, after the Bayern game, we'll hear something.
Yeah,
next Saturday.
Liverpool are giving James Milner a contract extension.
Mm-hmm.
Tells you everything you need to know, Baker, about their finances.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's gonna be time to actually kind of break down and speculate some of the threats that we do have as City fans. But I think it's also funny when you think of the timing of some of the announcements, because we know that the club's got to manage their pursuit for their league, right? Trying to win the league, and we know Dortmund's in the mix to do that. Then we also have to think about the timing where it makes sense with regards to what we're doing in our pursuits, right? Because we kind of had the same antsiness with Haaland last season. We were like, announce it already. But again, how they did it was absolutely perfect. We can all remember.
With Haaland, something was signed by this time. There is nothing signed with Jude. It's still up in the air. I'm not. City have done everything they can now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The decision is down to Jude.
Fair enough. Blue Heart goes, Barca are clever. They know we have had value for money out of Bernardo. Yeah. Bernardo's been quality. He's retained his value for a very long time. Singing the blues.
I don't think he doesn't end up at Barca. I think he ends up at PSG, Bernardo.
If he does, it conflicts with with some of the things that have come out from his camp, right? Wanting a better or less challenging weather, but
it's closer to home.
Yeah,
France is closer to Spain than it is Portugal than it is England.
Yeah. Singing the Blues goes, call me biased, but I can't see any footballer choosing somewhere other than City without an emotional reason. It's the football project. Jude here is a strong pull.
Jude has that emotional reason, though.
Yeah.
Jude's family are Liverpool fans.
Apparently. But It is a business, and it is a career that he's.
I mean, you guys know my opinion on the whole thing. I'm just gonna watch it and see what happens.
Yes, yeah,
You know,
and that's a big part of why, with regards to, respecting each other too, because like I've gotten some great points, great perspectives from Gundo with how he's looked at it with a different lens, and the same thing with Martin. And again, to have concerns or have your ifs about a player, all calm. But what is amazing with us is like, let's see the player prove it or not, and we kind of accept it for what it is. Dr. Footy goes, Holland, and we know the rest. Franklin Cap goes, Liverpool going one step forward and going another back with Jude, because their team needs so much more work that it would be very, it would be very negligent.
It'd be negligence from Jude's camp to do that.
If they,
to rely a 19-year-old to do 60-odd games a season. Why it works at City is KDB's still playing. You can integrate Jude into the squad for a year or two till KDB goes.
Mm-hmm. And this is why I was also asking you, Martin and Gundo, if there was a lot of conversation with the father too, because if we remember, the City and the board made sure to talk through Holland as well as his father, knowing that influence, and we see that there's similarities with that and Jude's father. So
but that's why Liverpool offered Jude's father a role at the club. They were trying to get around that way. But at the end of the day, the whole sticking part in Liverpool again is the fee.
Yeah, I hear it.
It's the fee.
Dr. Footy goes, Jude is done. Dr. Footy goes, Jude is done. Now, I want to stress this. This international break hits all of us differently. For me, the creative ideas started flowing. I'm doing my best not to bother those in the group chat with ideas or whatever, but expect great things coming out from Pitch Points, myself, Mancunian Way, True City fan. We're football fans, and we create this out of like our love of City and our football mind. So hopefully you guys enjoy the things that are going to be coming out in the future. We know that this international break is allowing some of us to recharge, but it's going to be go when the league comes back. Get your rest now. I do. Martin,
like I said, my bank account is going to take a hit in the next few weeks.
Yeah. Martin
it's going to get.
He is going to be hitting up that Dortmund away game, and he's going to be in Wembley. And I think he makes plans not only for himself, but 2 other fans as well at times.
Dortmund away.
No, did I say Dortmund? I said Bayern. I meant Bayern. Yeah. But I want to thank each and every one of you that have been on this show, that have been interacting in the comments. You guys have been absolutely amazing. I don't know if you're sharing this within your group chats, but if you are, continue doing it. Much appreciated. If you haven't, try it out. I've been noticing a spike with some of my views, and for me, when I see anything over 100 views, I'm like, whoo, the love's out there. So continue doing what you're doing. And
can I just say, by the way, I'm sorry to jump in, but nobody come away from this going, Martin's an ITK or Martin said Judy's done. No, please listen to what I've said. I'm not said it's done, and I'm not an ITK. Yes. I'm only telling you what I've been told. I will never announce the source because it's not fair on their confidence. But City at the moment are in the box seat. That's all you need to know. And that's all I know.
No, well said. Dr. Footy is the one that said Jude's done. Dr. Footy was the one that said it. Cap goes, seeing reports that by the end of the month we'll have made a decision. That's good to know. Blue Heart goes, April Fool's Day this year is the real kickoff of the final leg of the season. Come on, you Blues. Absolutely right.
And I'm going to miss it.
Poor guy.
Yeah, this guy's a transition guy, man.
Crazy.
You see that, Martin?
crazy.
I'm gonna miss it. I'm gutted. You know, I've had an argument with the missus about that.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's one of those. That's one of those combos that you're like, hey, pour a glass of wine, sit down, try to talk it through.
Soon as she went, these are the dates of going away. I went, oh, she could see my face.
That's crazy. But I wanna also stress everyone in the comments: Blue Heart, Dr. Footy, Franklin, singing the blues, Daniel, Dr. Footy was killed, Dream, Bulls, not right now, baby girl. And if I'm missing your names, Big Morgan as well, my guy, FIFA, Conway. I want to thank you guys. Every comment is appreciated. I want to stress this. I'm going to be doing a show tomorrow, I believe, scheduled for 1 my time, which is 5 p.m. your time. It is going to be a second episode of Citizens Neighborhood Watch. It will be addressing this submitted bid, non-submitted bid, nonsense or hoopla drama that's happening with regards to United. Again, Citizens Neighborhood Watch. We're keeping an eye on you on United and what's happening over there.
It's quite funny, actually.
It's hilarious. It is hilarious, and I want to stress this. I'll be honest with you. I'm not doing any type of investigative digging and diving. I'm not doing any of that. But those that are supposed to be in the know and what they're posting, everything comes to mind for me that the Glazers are brilliant profiteers. They're brilliant profiteers. To extend a deadline to allow bidders to increase their bids is brilliant. And I'm going to talk about that tomorrow.
It's funny.
It's crazy. It's crazy. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. And on Sunday, 9 p.m. UK time, we've got intelligent agendas, and we're gonna do something special. So look out for that thumbnail in the future. I'm Bitter Game.
On Monday, you do not want to miss Mancunian Way on Monday night. Sorry, I'm popping the show.
I was about to throw it to you. Oh. Go ahead.
Mancunian Monday night, 9 p.m. It looks like is when we are doing our bias media show that I've been promising. I'm just waiting on confirmation from the journalist who's coming on.
Love it.
Yeah, but other than that, and there will be invites coming out to people. It will be, like I said, it's a proper research piece. It's not just going to be an emotional piece. It's going to be a properly researched piece.
Excellent. And I don't know if the notification's out, but pitch points with regards to Champions League, there's always something set up. Carl, anything you want to throw out right now, or
no? Just follow the channel. Love it. It's great content. I'm glad you're doing this here, and I'll look forward to being on again.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Pitch points, Carl Gundalorian, Mancunian Way, Trouble Father Martin, and you got me, Beta Games. This is Beta Games TV. Why Always Me, episode 75. Thank you so much. We'll catch you next week. I'm out.